I guess my point was that kind of just proves maybe men are misrepresenting their intentions, because those women could think they're in monogamous relationships. Or a lot of my female friends in college have thought like, oh, this guy told me he's only seeing me, and then if I become friends with the guy, I find out he tells me he's like, oh yeah, no, I am sleeping with other women. So yeah, that's why I'm saying, like, I think men control hookup culture.
Men control, I mean,
I don't think so, because I think the desire to sleep with multiple women has been around since men have been on this planet. But it wasn't really possible until there was a loosening of, let's say, social mores about that. And even if that desire has been constant for thousands of years, why haven't there been hookup culture for thousands of years? Like, what's changed in recent times?
Well, like she put it out, the sexual revolution.
Feminism. You can say it, Farah. Feminism.
The difference is that now people are more likely to have sex before they get into relationships.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you did say one thing which I disagree with a little bit, and you said that, well, women want relationships more and men are kind of more interested in casual sex. I don't know if that's actually true, because I mean, there's a whole lot of women that seem to very willingly and happily, maybe happily isn't the right word, engage in hookup culture, that will sleep with a guy once with no intention of seeing him again, will be traveling, hook up with a guy while she's traveling, she's on spring break, hook up with a guy there. I mean, are you from California? Mm-mm. Okay, so like the city we're in Santa Barbara. UCSB is one of the #1 party schools in the U.S., and here in this little square mile, Isla Vista, there's a pretty rampant like hookup culture, and I'd say in a lot of I don't know if a lot, but in a lot of universities, especially in college, there's definitely like hookup culture. People are just going out on the weekends, partying, hooking up, and this trope that women are so desirous of having relationships. I think there's a truth to that, but I think I see a lot of women pretty happily engaging in hookup culture.
Yeah, I guess it depends by the location and like the campus scene. But
Sure.
even the women who do participate in hookup culture, knowing that it's just a casual hookup, like this is purely anecdotal, but I see again, like from my friends in college, they'd still be waiting around to see if that guy will text her. So they still have emotional interest and they're hoping it'll develop into something more. She's hoping she can change him.
Yeah, I think the idea of hookup culture, like there's just totally random casual sex and that's it, is probably overstated in social media and in our culture. I think that same Pew study suggests that men and women both are having less sex today than they did 10 years ago. It's like, I think that there's actually becoming less of that because men and women are getting like not on the same page as much these days for lots of different reasons. And that's why men often have problems with online issues and women often get caught up in social media. We're not really seeing eye to eye in a lot of ways anymore. And dating is riskier in some respects than it's ever been.
I don't know if you already moved on, but like the question about the hookup culture and who has control of it.
Yeah.
Like my personal take is that it is women because like you said, we're gatekeepers of it. If we understood like the risk that we're taking when we sleep with a man who's not committed to us, we could literally get pregnant by him and not have him around the next day. So like you don't want to get pregnant and have to carry that child for 9 months without support, without that strong provision and that strong protection. And so we need to think long term. And I also think that fathers are a huge influence in stopping hookup culture, you know, because they can teach their daughters the importance of this. They can be that strong father figure to tell them not to have sex with any man, that they must commit themselves to you for life. Because then that's a form of protection for your heart, you know, not just your body, but your heart and your spirit and your mind. That way you don't have to be depressed. You don't have to worry about an unplanned pregnancy. You don't have to worry about being a single mom and things like that, because you're taught that you are valuable, that you are precious, you know, that you must commit to a man who loves you and will raise children with you because you need that. And so I think it's both, women for sure, because they get to say yes or no. But I think fathers will bring that revolution back when they teach their daughters what a strong man looks like and what to look for in a future husband. and they get to be that standard and that example, and they can change, you know, the way that things are going.
Wait, so far, do you think that it's men are to blame for hookup culture? Or you think it's both?
I
or
wouldn't even call it a blame thing. I guess I was saying who creates the culture of casual sex. I'm not even
oh,
vilifying it
who
necessarily.
creates the culture of casual sex?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I would say it's probably the party that wants casual sex, right?
I think it's feminism and fatherlessness, which
But
happens at the same time because wives are taught to leave their husbands, and then daughters grow up without their fathers.
the thing is that far fewer men are capable or do engage in hookup culture.
I don't think that's true. What's the population of men who can't secure sex? Was it like a third? So that's still
It's more than women that can't secure sex.
But I'm still saying that leaves open like the 2/3 of men who are able to fuck.
Well, but two-thirds of men can't easily participate in hookup culture. The 1/3 of men, I think the stat is they report that in the past year they've not had sex.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't mean that the other 2/3 of men are just
Fucking
able
all
to
the time.
crush it
Mhm.
like every fucking weekend, like just go out and bang a new chick. I would say that's reserved for the top tier of men. I want to say the top 10% of men are able to like consistently get with a new girl once a week, maybe. I mean,
Mhm.
that's pretty remarkable. But whereas the ability to, I would say almost any woman, even unattractive women, if they were so inclined, could fuck a new guy every single day of the week. And for a guy to be able to do that, that's reserved for like men, not only good-looking men, but men with status.